Hello, Cindy.
Hi.
So we are here today with Cindy Guillean, who is teaching a class through Evenstar Institute called Sacred Writing, This Small Gift. And it's coming up. It begins on January 31st, goes for 5 weeks on Sundays from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And if you'd like to register for this class, you may go to evenstarschalice.com/institute and go to the courses tab and find the registration for this class. Sacred Writing, This Small Gift. So Cindy, so your class is called Sacred Writing. So tell me a little bit about what that means to you. Is it writing that is sacred, or finding the sacred within and expressing it, or a combination of both of those, or something completely different?
Well, it started off as something completely different. Sacred writing is not my invention. I belong to the National Writing Project. It's a national organization for teachers of writing. And we had an institute each summer, and every morning we would begin the institute with 30 minutes of going off to our corners and just writing whatever we wanted. And the sacred part for them was nobody could speak to you, nobody could interrupt you. That was your sacred time, kind of. What came out in the writing could be all different things. It was just whatever you happened to write that day. So it started off as that idea. And then I used to incorporate it into classes, and I would begin classes with sacred writing, and we would sit together and write. It would give people a chance to come in, settle down, gather themselves, and whatever was going on for them before class, they could have a moment to sit with that. When I designed the course for Evenstar Institute, though, I thought, well, we're doing Zoom classes. Sacred writing, I made into a process of centering and setting some time for yourself, whatever time that is for you, and writing to allow whatever was within you to come out. And then after that, to spend a few minutes just reflecting on what came out, just like, what did I write about, or how did I express? And then coming to class, and, sometimes that can be quite personal. So you're never asked to share what you wrote. You could if you wanted to, if everybody agreed to that, or if you wanted to share. But we talk about the process. What was that like for you? How was it to center? What happens when you do that 3 days in a row? Is it connected? And so it's very exploratory. So the small gift, I think, is the attention that you give to yourself. You can do it daily. Sacred writing is meant to be daily, but you can choose any level of involvement you want. You could do it every other day. You could do it at night, or however that fits for you, for 5 minutes, for 20 minutes. And as you go through the 5 weeks and continue with this process, we introduce other kind of small activities you can do with that material if you want, other ways to tease out what might be there, so that you are sort of accumulating something, or each day could be completely different, right? So the small gift, I think, is that speaking to yourself. You really are the audience for sacred writing, you and the divine, or whatever you feel sacred. So I think it evolved into something as a sacred activity. It can be a very meditative activity. It can be a worshipful activity. It can be a completely secular activity. However what you bring to that, or what you discover there, is for you to discover. And then, you have this accumulative process over a few weeks that lets you deepen into that a little bit. And of course, once you practice that, you can do that for the rest of your life if you want to, right? But it's healing in a really quiet way, and can be, so joyful, really. It's almost like what I've gotten from it a lot is kind of a quiet joy, sort of a really nice glow inner joy. But in this class, I participate in the class with the students. So I do the sacred writing too. And so we can all bring together our enthusiasm, or our experiences, or our process. And there's room in the class for students to add to the process and make it unique to that group, or to that there's a camaraderie that happens in a class like that, because, you're coming there with, hopefully, just with your authentic self, just with your true experience, what you want to have for you. And other people are doing that too. So the sharing of that common purpose, I guess, is also quite wonderful. It's also a gift.